Next 6 minute video is where I talk about a random topic for 6 minutes. This isn't for the likes, the views, the subscribers, the fame, the glory, but it is just for me and my efficient talking. I want to become a better speaker, better public speaker, better at coming up with words on the spot without the stuttering, without the filler words. I'm going to try to do this topic without any filler words. It's going to be nigh impossible because it's just something that I haven't talked a lot about. I'd love to redo this topic in the future with my good setup, but here goes. Stupidity. What do you think of when I say stupidity? It can be a range of things. It can be unlimited amount of actions done by you or done by somebody else. Just anybody in humanity has done something stupid or seen something stupid in their life. More on that later, but stupidity is something that you can't fix. Personally, personally, you can work on yourself. Personally, you can make the decision to change and become smarter, more educated, become not stupid. But I always like to live by a quote: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. You can't make a water drink. You can't make a horse drink water. Wyatt, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked. You can give as much advice as you want to someone. You can tell them exactly what to do, exactly what steps to take in life, an exact rubric of what it takes to be successful. A stupid person will look at that and say, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. If a person was smart enough and they knew what they were doing, that would be a wise choice to say no. And they're able to do that. But it requires knowledge, it requires intelligence to do that. But a stupid person doesn't even know they need help. And when offered help, they don't accept it. But is my definition of stupid the same as your definition of stupid? Think about that for just a second, because I want to highlight the word stupidity. As in a dictionary, I don't know the definition of it off the top of my head. But if I had to guess, it would be, say, something like a ridiculous or not good choice decision slash decision. But different cultures, different backgrounds, even another half baked white kid like me versus another one would have two different versions of stupidity. It just depends on how you were raised, what your values are, what's going on in your life, what do you value, and I'll lay that down a little bit more. If I value money, it would be very stupid of me to pay $30 to earn $10. That's a loss for me. And I feel like a lot of people use the same algorithm as defining what stupidity is. If I'm losing more than I'm gaining, then that would be a stupid decision. Of course, there's caveats to that. There's emotional caveats. There's things that would make it not as stupid, right? It's a very subjective term. But if I said, oh man, going down the highway at 130 miles an hour without a helmet on a motorbike, that's pretty stupid. Well, why is it stupid, you ask? Well, I am very glad you asked for a second time. You're going down the highway where there are other people on the road. You're going on it without a helmet on. You're going twice the speed of the posted speed limit. It is very stupid, in my opinion, to be going down a highway to get to where you're going faster than what you would be doing normally at the sake, at the cost, potentially your life. And not even just your life. If you were to T-bone or hit someone else in the right way, you could end another person's life. I get a motorcycle doesn't do that much to cars, but if you hit someone right, I'm very sure that you could that runs a chance of you killing someone. In my opinion, I value other people's life. That would be a stupid decision. But if you were to ask another group of people, another culture perchance, I'm not calling anyone out, but that would be actually a highly respected, very cool thing to do. Oh, That guy went how fast on the highway? Shoot, dude. That would be a very cool thing to do. But that just sets the precedent of the subjectivity of stupidity. If I was going to the doctor, if I had my leg to a point where I had to amputate it, and someone's like, "Yo, you got to go to the doctor, son," I'd be like, "Nah, I'll walk it off." Now that's stupid. That is downright idiotic for me to shrug off my leg that is falling off to not go to the doctor. But when you're trying to learn not to be stupid, it's very hard. You have to step down from this pedestal. You have to accept that your views are not reigned supreme. Some people have that huge big problem where it's not I'm always learning all the time, it's I'm teaching others all the time. That is a terrible mindset in my opinion. You are able to teach other people all the time. Education people, teachers, I should have just said teachers, they do it all the time. They're literally teaching students what is, what isn't. But teachers do it in a humble way. They do it in a way that is serving to the student. People who think they know better, you should check that out. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. But people that think they know better about a topic will tell you exactly what they think, exactly what they know, and will probably tell you what they don't know as a factual experience. But they try to reign over you in a way that is very demeaning to you and is not helpful to anyone. Now, that's a very specific term of stupidity, right? It varies a lot. There's lots of different kinds of stupidity, but that's just the topic of today's video. Is it's very hard for people, very hard for stupid people to learn stuff. Truly, it's very hard for it's nearly impossible for stupid people to truly change and have a teachable heart. That's the end of this video. See ya.